Welcome to AOCP Nigeria. In this video, I want to walk you through creating a connection to MySQL server. We'll use Workbench and also we'll use the command line too. Let's begin. Let's start with Workbench. On Workbench, when you start Workbench, you see the home page. Welcome to MySQL Workbench. Workbench is the official graphical user interface tool for MySQL. It allows you to design, create, and browse your database schemas, work with database objects, and insert data, as well as design and run SQL queries to work with stored data. So under MySQL connections, you have available connections for the database. You can actually create a new connection by clicking on this plus sign here to create a new connection, and you can use an existing connection such as the ones we have here. Local instance 3306 with the user root and localhost on TCP IP port 3306. I would like to mention here now that 3306 is the default TCP IP port for MySQL. Please take note of that. So we can use any of the connections here. Say the root connection. If you have the root password, you enter the password and hit enter. You are in. So we have successfully logged into MySQL server using Workbench. At this point now, you are in the database server and you can start issuing your commands. Now, to issue your commands, let's say select asterisk from person, and you click on the execute icon to execute. It raises an error, no database selected. So we have to select a database, let's say OpenMRS for instance, and by double clicking it, and then when you take it, you can see that it has displayed the information that we need. So on terminal, maybe let me change the preferences so that it will be bolder, especially for viewing on mobile. I can create a new profile and say call it video tutorials, huh? And click create. So in this video tutorial, I can check the custom font and now choose say any of this text styles. I think I like this. The objective is I needed a very bold text, so let me take this to 20, yeah, and select it. So now I have my Noto Mono Bold Italic and the font size is set as 20. So I close. It didn't take effect, that means I have to restart the terminal. Put it again and start. It still didn't take effect. That means okay, we have not set it up as the default. So you go back to preferences and you can see under profiles, our new profile is just created. The default profile here is checked here because this is the default, and here you can see the custom font is set at monospace regular and the size is 12, but I needed it to be bold so that you can view it easily on your mobile. That's why I created this video tutorial profile and increase the font size to 20. So we have to make this default by clicking on the triangle there and selecting set as default. Now our terminal profile has been set to the newly created video tutorials, and we should be expecting to be seeing larger text now. And then type still not large, that means we have to restart terminal for the new changes to take effect. Change it and start it again. Boom. Now you can see that it is visible now. So we make a connection to MySQL server on terminal by typing the keyword MySQL -u means user, prompting for the user. You provide the username, let's log in as the user root, and -p, that is to provide the password. At this point you can type the password alongside the -p prompt and hit enter. So we have a warning here and an error. The warning is using a password on the command line interface can be insecure, and in fact whether the password is correct or not, once you type in your password on the command line like this visible, it will still throw you this warning. It's not a recommended practice, so we don't like you to type it there. That's why I didn't even provide my own password here. So use the up arrow key to bring up the command again, but this time around we will remove any password we want to associate with our login credentials and put only -p there. -p means prompt for password, and if you hit enter, terminal will prompt you to enter your root password. So type in the password and hit enter, but note that on terminal, as you are typing in the password, you will not see any visible character showing up, not even an asterisk out. So it's only recording your keystrokes. Just make sure that you type in the password correctly and hit enter. You are now in. It will bring up the MySQL prompt indicating that you are in the database. So we can now issue that our statement select, let's say count, select count asterisk from person and hit enter. So you see that it raises the same error that we got in terminal the other time, 1046, no database selected. So to select a database, knowing fully well that there is a database called Open MRS, just as we selected it here, you now type in use Open MRS and hit enter. So at this point it has confirmed that the database has been changed, and running our command again, we use the up arrow key to bring out the command history. All the history of commands that have been typed in here will be shown. The down arrow key will scroll down, up arrow key, until you find the command you want to run again. You need not be typing it every time. So hit enter. This time around it counted the number of rows in the person's table and returned the answer. Count asterisk 2336, one row insert. So that is that. I've shown you how to make a connection to the MySQL instance using Workbench and also using terminal. Have a nice day and practice.